Welcome, Kansas City Chiefs fans. This is Shaggyshane. Sunday night, June 24th, 2018. We're 5 weeks away from training camp. We're excited. Can't wait for the Patrick Mahomes era to begin. But this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we are breaking down one play at a time. The Marty Schottenheimer film. Ladies and gentlemen, this film was true to heart. Marty Schottenheimer was a Kansas City Chiefs head coach from 1989 to 1998. He changed the legacy of sports here in Kansas City. He changed the legacy of football. You know, I remember the Marty Schottenheimer era. I was a Kansas City Chiefs season ticket holder from 1991 through 2011. Before Marty came here, football was the back burner. The Royals were the thing, and the Chiefs were along the same lines of the Kansas City Kings. We were lucky to have the NBA, and we were lucky to have the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Kings left town. My view of the NBA has changed since that. It's no fun not having an NBA in Kansas City. But Marty Schottenheimer came in 1989 and changed the face of Chiefs Kingdom. He lit a fire under this whole town that we still stand on today. Stand on today for Marty Schottenheimer. Because the 1990s, it was a damn good time. Like I said, I was a Chiefs season ticket holder from 1991 to 2011. I'm here with Clay Wendler of Red Tribe Cinema, Lance Twidwell of The Spoken. We all three watched this great movie together. Lance, what'd you think of this?
I was very nostalgic. I mean, that's the first and foremost thing. I was really young when the Marty era was going, in its prime, and I do remember most of the time what it was almost like to be a champion because of what he brought. And there's a lot of negatives that we can look back and say, well, yeah, they never got it done. But I remember seeing my father and people that meant the most to me, how they celebrated those times and those memories, because as Shane has alluded in the past, this team didn't exactly have a great history, in the 80s and in that time before, leading up to Schottenheimer's era. So it was definitely something like we've never seen before in Kansas City at that point. And although I didn't really get to experience the majority of it as a growing person or as somebody that can remember most of it, I do remember the times, and I think this video really played back some of those things to where when I saw some of those people talking about Marty and reflecting on the memories they had as either players or coaches on his team, it really brought that back for me, and it really brought back some good times. So I was really glad that we got to experience that, and I think it was a really well done documentary and basically just an overhaul of what he's done for a lot of people and the impact he's made in a lot of lives.
What do you think, Clay?
Well, for me, I was born in the UK, so I didn't move here until I was like 11 years old in 91. So Marty Schottenheimer was really my introduction to the game of football. So he really left a lasting impression on me. And even though the Chiefs never, won the Super Bowl, he will always be very near and dear to my heart. So hearing the players on the documentary, you could tell, the things they were talking about, it wasn't just like canned athlete speak that you hear in a million different interviews. It was very heartfelt, and you could tell it came from like a very, very deep place in their lives, and just you could tell that it was just very, very heartfelt. And there was interviews with guys like
Lorenzo Neal,
and big names like Dave Zob, but they had Donnell Bennett was on there, like Dawson was on there, so it was Mike Golick was on there, so it was players from all of Marty's teams, not just the Chiefs,
the Cleveland Browns, the San Diego Chargers,
yeah.
Washington Redskins. Yeah. Marty Schottenheimer moved a lot of men. He moved a lot of men to believe, to have faith, to want, to make a difference, to influence, to inspire. Marty Schottenheimer gave these players that is talked about in this film. I hope you all should check it out. You go to Great American Sports Network on Facebook. Props to Clint Schweitzer and Noah Groniger. You guys did a great job. Great job with this interview. Again, check out this film. Do you have anything else closing you want to add, guys?
I think they did a great job, and like I said, hats off to you guys. I definitely think it's worth your time. It's not a long, drawn-out video. I think it's about a half hour long. And you really, like I said, the entire time you're drawn in. You really are, because you're really, like Clay said, that's 100% correct. It doesn't feel like the cliche responses where it's just something they're saying just to kill time or just to, fill the air with it. You feel that those guys genuinely mean what they're saying. And to see so many different guys from different times, even on different teams, say almost the exact same things in their own candid way, it really makes you think, man, like what kind of a guy Marty was, more than just a coach. Like, he really impacted people to their core, not just as players. And those are always refreshing things to hear. And I think we should be proud as Chiefs fans to say that guy played a portion of our history, and not only a portion of our history, but probably the biggest portion of our history of becoming what we are as a fan base, and what we are as Chiefs fans, being the loudest, proudest fans that we claim to be. I think Marty had a lot to do with that. Amen. So we really got to give him props, and I think those guys encapsulated that in this video they made.
Amen.
Yeah, I would say it's absolutely worth checking out, especially if you have kids who are too young that they couldn't appreciate the Marty Schottenheimer era. Show them this, and they will gain a whole new appreciation for Chiefs football in Kansas City and really where it came from.
That is Shaggyshane with Lance Twidwell of The Spoken, Clay Wendler of Red Tribe Cinema. We will see you 5 weeks from this weekend in St. Joe at training camp. Once again, check out One Play at a Time, a film from Marty Schottenheimer. Until next time, this is Shaggyshane saying, go Chiefs.